Hello, everybody, and welcome to this special edition of Coco and Daltz. I'm not Coco.
And I'm not Daltz.
And what we're going to do, we're going to take 10 minutes of your time, and we're going to jam in all the Oscar winners that we see happening this weekend, March 4th, for the annual Oscar, that's the 90th annual Oscar Awards, or Academy Awards. So let's start right away with actor in a leading role.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
Who do you think's going to win?
I think Gary Oldman, Darkest Hour, is going to win because he was fantastic. You had no sense whatsoever that he was wearing makeup. He drove that movie. He was fantastic. He was Winston Churchill like you've never seen him before.
I also think that Gary Oldman is going to win, partially because I've heard very good things about his performance, and also partially because he's Gary Oldman, and he's never won an Oscar before, and he's in his 50s or 60s, so now the time is ripe for him to get the Lifetime Achievement Oscar that the Academy Awards are so, loving giving out.
He didn't win an Oscar for being Commissioner Gordon in the Batman movies?
No, he did not. Okay. I know that's stunning.
That stuns me.
Yeah.
Rapid fire! Actor in a supporting role. I should do the voiceovers at the Oscars. I should do them in like that.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Actor in a supporting role!
I think Sam Rockwell from 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri is going to win it. I think if Christopher Plummer hadn't won supporting actor for Beginners 7 or 8 years ago, he would be given the Lifetime Achievement Oscar this year. But since he did win one, and since Sam Rockwell seems to have all the buzz heading into the actual night of the telecast, he's going to take it home.
I have no idea. I've seen The Shape of Water, so I liked Richard Jenkins' performance in that one. I agree that 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri has got the momentum. Woody Harrelson also nominated in that category. Willem Dafoe is probably my other nominee who is favored there. But, Christopher Plummer steps in all the money in the world for Kevin Spacey, and that might be a statement win. So I would say Christopher Plummer is my dark horse, even though I agree completely with everything you said, Coco, as always.
Because you know it's good for you.
Because I have to. Actress in a leading role. Rapid fire.
I think both the actress categories are ripe for upsets. Frances McDormand for 3 Billboards has all the momentum going into March the 4th. And she's Frances McDormand. She's very well respected, but she's already got an Oscar, and people are really loving.
For your favorite movie, Fargo.
Ugh, that movie was not awesome. And people are really loving Sally Hawkins in The Shape of Water, so I think Sally Hawkins could sneak up behind Frances McDormand and snatch it away. I'm
in total agreement with you.
All right.
Sally Hawkins was fantastic in The Shape of Water. I also saw I, Tonya, and who Margot Robbie was nominated for that. And Meryl Streep was nominated for The Post. I saw both of those movies. 2 very good performances. But Sally Hawkins was fantastic as the mute making love to the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Now I'm never going to see that movie.
I've really sold that, haven't I?
I didn't want to see it to begin with, and now after that one sentence, I'm out.
Creature from the Black Lagoon. Okay, actress in a supporting role. Rapid fire.
I need to scroll down on my phone, so why don't you take that?
Okay, so Allison Janney from I, Tonya is my favorite in that category. I think I don't really think I'm going on a ledge here. She won the Golden Globe. She was dominant in that role. She played the abusive mother of Tonya Harding, and she's the villain. And when you play a villain, you stand a very good chance of winning an Oscar, especially as such a dynamic, compelling, interesting, and different villain, somebody we haven't really seen in a lot of movies, a mother who is abusive like that.
I agree with you. I think she's gonna win. She also has all the momentum heading into Oscars night, but like I said, I think the actress categories are ripe for upsets, and if anybody is going to win who's not Allison Janney, I think it might be Laurie Metcalf. She's another older, very well-respected character actress, and she just had a big profile in the New York Times over the weekend, so she's doing some low-key campaigning for it.
The buzz is happening.
Yeah, so the buzz is happening, and people loved her in Lady Bird. So if Allison Janney is not going to win it, I think it could be Laurie Metcalf.
She was good in Roseanne, wasn't she?
I love Roseanne. I know you do not like Roseanne, but until the last season, Roseanne was awesome.
It's the same lady, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, look what happens. You can actually overcome early obstacles.
That was a great show. Don't let your biases
We disagree. Okay. Rapid fire directing. Wow.
I think it's going to be Guillermo del Toro for The Shape of Water. I think Jordan Peele for Get Out is going to settle for original screenplay for his Oscars consolation prize, but I think it's going to go to Guillermo del Toro in the end.
Yeah, I agree. I think Guillermo del Toro did a fantastic job of that movie. Made a Swamp Thing love story actually compelling and interesting, and there were a lot of aggrieved parties in that movie. Not only the Swamp Thing who was captured, but also the mute lady and the gay companion of the mute lady. So there was a lot of issues there in terms of what the Academy likes and looks for in a movie, and it was filmed in Toronto. So I think that The Shape of Water stands a good chance of Best Directing.
Between the weird creature and the mute lady, it kind of sounds like Stranger Things.
That's true.
Which I know you didn't like the second season of, and we can talk about that on another podcast.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it. Okay, last but not least, Best Picture, if I could speak. I can do sound effects, but I can't speak. Rapid fire.
We do need to increase the budget for the sound effects.
Do we really? Are you insulting my sound effects?
No, baby, I would never insult you. Come on. I love everything about you.
So who's going to win? Which picture is going to win for Best Picture?
Well, full disclosure, I have seen 2 of the 9 nominees. I believe it's probably going to be 3 Billboards because that, once again, has all the momentum going into the evening. And also, apparently, Academy voters maybe don't really get stuff so much. Like, I read an interview with one anonymous Academy voter who not only didn't realize that Get Out was something besides a garden variety horror movie, but also that Dunkirk actually was a thing that happened and was a real place and didn't know anything about the little boats or anything and was complaining about the movie just opened and I didn't know anything about the soldiers and it didn't even tell me it was in France. And I thought, yeah.
Your privileges are revoked.
Exactly.
Poof. Gone.
If you can't... How did you not learn a lot about the little boats? How?
Well, they should have watched Darkest Hour, because in Darkest Hour, that's a main moment of the movie. That's near the climax of the movie, where Winston Churchill comes up with this idea to get civilian boats over to Dunkirk to save the bombarded British troops and get them back to England. So they should have watched Darkest Hour first.
So what about you?
I liked Darkest Hour. I liked The Shape of Water. I think 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, as you mentioned, I think it's got a lot of momentum. However, I like The Shape of Water because I think there's been a lot of buzz around Guillermo del Toro and his work there, and turning, like I said, a fish story into a love story, and also a statement movie, a little bit of a statement movie there too. I think Call Me By Your Name and Get Out are both statement movies, but I don't think they're bigger than the other movies that are in there. So in another year, perhaps they would win, because this I think would be a big year for the Academy to come out and give a statement movie an award such as this. But I think The Shape of Water, in my mind, is gonna win.
All right, there you have it, folks. You've got the Coco and Daltsies, our first ever Coco and Daltsies. You've heard all of our predictions. Take them to Vegas.
And by the way, we're sorry if you weren't able to see us on the red carpet before the Coco and Daltsies. It was very crowded and we couldn't get to everybody. We couldn't sign all those autographs that we needed to. So apologize for that.
I'm sorry that I wasn't able to answer the "who are you wearing" question with, I don't know who made this blue robe that Santa brought me, but it's plush and accentuates the chili and quesadilla I ate for dinner. So.
Well, I can tell you what I'm wearing, who I'm wearing. I'm wearing Under Armour hockey right now. It's a very fine fashion line that I've embraced.
Working from home is all glamour, people.
All glamour all the time.
Yeah.
So that's it. We're under 10 minutes for our rapid fire. Rapid. Oscar nominations and Oscar award predictions. So thank you for tuning in.
We'll be back next week to discuss how we did, which I'm sure is well.
Oh, we're going to hit it.
Yeah.
We're going to totally nail it.
Like I said, take it to Vegas.
100%.
Yeah.
So for another week, I'm not Coco.
And I'm not Dots.